So I'm the case manager as well as the director of the homeless outreaches. So the homeless ministry we have is two legs. It's the outreach side as well as the case management side. So I help with the outreaches, which is our compassion night that we do every single week. We have a clothing closet, which is actually right behind me, but as well as every Thursday night we go out and pass out food and show love to the homeless. And also I help with the case management side, working with helping men, women, and children dealing with addiction, domestic violence, and homelessness, getting out of the street and into a better life. The heartbeat of the Atlanta Dream Center is love, is intentional love. I think it's one person at a time through looking somebody in the eye, shaking somebody's hand, giving them a hug, just one-on-one relationships through just thousands of people. Every person we meet, we're not as efficient, we're not preaching the gospel to thousands of people at a time, but just one-on-one, how can we see what's going on with your life, and how can we be able to give you eternal hope in Jesus Christ for what he did and how much he cares about you. So the biggest thing that I see the Dream Center does that is so well done compared to other outreaches I've been involved with is just the purity of the hope that we instill in people. Hope is so huge, and people put their hope in wrong things, and then when it falls apart, they go into despair and they feel like they have no hope. But the true, solid, genuine hope in Jesus Christ, when we can offer that to somebody, doing homeless ministry, I see a lot of homeless people who are exhausted, just beating themselves up. But I also think in 2 Corinthians 4, where Paul was broken down, but he said, I can be beat down, but I'm not destroyed. I'm confused, but not in despair, because he had that hope in the eternal life of God. So through every outreach we do, through every interaction we do, that's the hope that we're able to give, and that's really what evangelism is giving hope in the relationship and the love of God that they have. So discipleship is something that I've learned very firsthand. I love getting to talk with one-on-one with people, but often we disciple both the individuals we serve as well as we disciple leaders to be able to serve more individuals. So from the Compassion Night standpoint, we see over 180 people. So I can talk to effectively maybe 10 or 15, but if we have some people that we're able to mentor, leaders that are able to disciple the School of Ministry students or volunteers, they're the ones who can have those effective conversations. But also we disciple the people that we meet. So through conversations that we have, originally just getting to know each other and show God's love, we want to be able to disciple them, not just reach them, have a good conversation, and then never see them again, but how can we pour into their life and let them really know what it's like to walk this thing out for God? Getting involved is huge. The Dream Center does not work if it's not for volunteers, that is the blood of the ministry. We can't do what we do if there's no volunteers. It's me in a parking lot helping as many homeless people as I can, but when we have volunteers, it just amplifies not only the amount of people that we can reach, but the impact that we can have in people's lives. So financially is huge. Actually participating and volunteering. Another huge thing is prayer. We have people from all over the country that pray over us. Prayer is something that is so important and valuable. So we need prayers, we need help in physical volunteers as well as finances to be able to continue to do what we do exceptionally well. So even if you look at the clothing closet behind me, everything in there is run by donations. So we need blankets, coats, toiletries, Bibles, all of these things, so that way we can give it to individuals that are in need. Any of that stuff is acceptable. So any of that stuff, furniture, we have a huge department that's donated to that. But really just anything that you are willing to give with care, we can use to be able to amplify God's kingdom in somebody's life. I have no experience whatsoever being homeless. I've never been homeless. I have people who care about me and love me my whole life. So what's driven me to these people is it is heartbreaking to know that there are people who have beaten themselves up because of the shame and guilt that they carry in their lives, and they don't know how valuable God sees them to be. So it breaks my heart, but it also drives me to action to show love and compassion to people who don't know how good they are and how good God is, because if they get that, then it doesn't matter if they're homeless or not. If they have God's love and understand their identity in Him, their life's going to be different no matter what. So I go out there because that is worth it to me. The one thing that I would say, and this is just the Dream Center all the way down, is just how simple and easy this really is. We get complicated, we get convoluted because we try to come up with strategies and procedures, or these fears trying to complicate everything. It's really easy. You just love people, you care about people, and watch how God blows up in their life. So no matter what the involvement of anybody wants to be, just focus on the simplicity of love, value, and restoring somebody's dignity through simple acts of kindness. Yeah, and even just making yourself accessible to people, because if we have It doesn't matter what your experiences are, what your story is. If the fact that you're willing to be used by God, those are the people, regardless of their background, that God does unbelievable things through. So just being availability, whether that's here with the Dream Center or just in your regular life, there's hurting, broken people everywhere we know. So being able to be available to have God's love impact their lives, I mean, it's just worth it. So.
Hi, I'm Pastor Chuck Reish. I'm the executive producer at Horizon Media Studios. It's a 501c3 media ministry, and what we're doing is helping other ministries tell their story. Homeless shelters and children's homes, Bible colleges, seminaries, mission sending agencies. With your help, we can continue to help tell their story, to inspire the world, to shine their light, and let God get the glory for the work that's being done in advancing the kingdom of Jesus Christ. Thanks again for praying for us.